y'all, and welcome back. Man, I'm going to be honest with you. This 3-day weekend, today is actually Labor Day that I'm filming this. I didn't want to do anything. All I wanted to do was just relax and chill and just not think about anything. But some days my husband is my big motivator, and he was like, you need to get in there and create something awesome today. And I actually kind of had a neat idea because I've been binge watching Supernatural. I think I watched the first 10 seasons like 3-ish years ago, whenever the 10th season was like brand new. And I really wanted to get back into it, but I couldn't remember squat about what happened, and they're on like season 14 now, so I'm a bit behind. Anyway, I thought it would be a good time to catch up on everything, see what was happening, and I totally forgot that Rowena shows up in like season 9 or 10, and if you don't know anything about the show, I'll have a picture of her over, I don't know, it's probably somewhere over here. My setup is backwards now, so sometimes it's hard for me to remember where I normally point. But I'll have a picture of her over here. If you do watch the show, y'all know that she's Crowley's mother, and that's an interesting relationship in itself. But she's the only character in the whole series who really has some bomb-ass makeup. What I want to do today is recreate one of her looks from the show. The episode we just watched was season 10, I think it was episode 21. I'll have the description of the episode and the actual name of the episode, because I'm bad, I don't remember it, down in the description box below. And actually, you know what, I can just look it up. Season 10, episode 21 is called Dark Dynasty, and that's where you really get a good close-up look of one of Rowena's looks. You do see her makeup like throughout the season, and the cool thing about her makeup is it's very angular. It's angular kind of in a soft way. Does that make sense? The only harsh lines that she has in her makeup are the lines are her edges. Everything else is pretty soft. There's not a whole lot of like really anything else really angular about her look, minus she usually has winged liner or like a smoked out wing with shadow or something, but she never has anything really crazy. And I thought that would be kind of fun today, since it's September. When I love September, it's the beginning of fall. I love fall, and Halloween is right around the corner, so this is a good way to kind of kickstart this whole season. For this look, I want to try to use one of the palettes from the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe, the Vault. This one is Dark Magic, I think that's really appropriate for this look. But as you can tell, like usual, I've done my brows and I have set my lids. Same old, same old. It'll all be in the description box below. But first things first, I think we should go into this shade here called This is going to be a pretty kind of dark olive green look. So that shade is going to be our only transition shade here. We're just going to buff this out all over the crease, kind of up to the brow bone. And this is going to be the shade that helps take us into those greens without any really harsh lines. And again, every single time, I wanted tape. Again. Alright, tape is down. I actually remembered early enough this time to kind of fix everything. And we're just going to go back to blending. Blend out that brown shade here. Another thing that I really like about her looks is that they're very monochromatic. There's not a lot of color variation in them. She likes to take one color and just kind of roll with it. She'll use mattes and shimmers of the same shade. So the next shade that I want to go into, again, I think this is very fitting for this particular look, is this shade here in the corner. It's called Potion. This one's going right here in the crease. We still want to be able to see that brown above it and kind of blend into it. So this one just in the crease and just slightly above the crease. also going to take that same shade and just kind of build it here in the outer corner. We're going to cut the crease about halfway, not really harsh or sharp or anything, but just so that we can get this shimmer shade to show up. It's a shimmer that matches this green that we're putting down right now, and I just want to make sure that it has something good to stick to, but we're not going crazy, just gonna make it stand out a little more. Like I said, I want to cut the crease about halfway because I do want to make sure that this shimmer shade has something to stick to and something to keep it very true to color. I'm afraid that if I just lay it on top of what I have now, it's going to lose the vibrancy and the sameness of this that it has in the pan right now. So I just really want to keep it true to shade so that this all blends really nice. I took some concealer, I have it here on the back of my hand, and very carefully I am going to start carving out just the first half of my lid. Unfortunately, as it turns out, none of the greens that I was even looking at look anything like what I wanted it to, so we're just going to have to improvise. And this is the Coastal Scents Hot Pot in Balsam. This is a little lighter than I wanted, but I think we might be able to make this work. I am going to run my finger here in this hot pot, and I'm going to start packing this on the places that I cut with the concealer. With that balsam shade down, the undertone of it is really not that olive. It's a little more of a yellowy green. So I have the ColourPop shadow here called Moonwalk, if I can turn it, this one right here. And I am going to run this on top of it a little bit to turn it a little more olive, because this on its own really doesn't show up that well, but on top of other things, heck yeah. And now I'm going back into the shade Poison that we used for the crease, and I'm going to try to blend these two here in together just a little bit better. I did my face makeup, I did my wing liner off camera, and then what I did with the wing liner, which I've never done this before, so I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, was I took the black shade in the same palette here, this one called Temptress, and I just very lightly, I took a small little flat brush and just kind of smudged it on the outer half of the wing, because in the show, Rowena's wings are not usually really sharp. They're feathered out and like smudged a bit. For this look, the lower lash line is going to be easy peasy, because normally she just takes the darkest shade from the lid, runs it on the lower lash line, and she's done. For us, that means taking the shade Potion here with a little pencil brush and smudging it along the lower lash line. I'm kind of making up this next bit because it doesn't really look like she does a whole lot of highlighting in the show. So for the brow bone and inner corner, I'm going into the Kat Von D Alchemist palette, and I'm going to take this shade here called Emerald, take it up here on the brow bone, and that seemed to go pretty well, so let's give it a shot on the inner corner as well. And finally, for the lips, Rowena usually wears a really bright, bold lipstick. So I decided to go with a bright red since most of her looks honestly were bright red. This one was more coral, but I don't have a lot of coral. So this is the Bourjois Matte Finish Rouge Edition Velvet. I don't know if that's right or not, but it's in the shade 15 called Red Volution. So I think this is going to be a little too bold, but that's alright. Rowena is a bold lady, so gonna put this red on. Okay, y'all, and this is a finished look. This was a ton of fun to do because I don't normally do looks like this. I don't usually recreate like looks from fictional characters, you know, from TV, movies, anything. And this was a lot of fun, especially because Rowena is the only one on this show who really like her makeup game is on point. Like I said at the beginning of the video, Halloween is just around the corner, and I actually have some really cool stuff planned for Halloween this year. I mean, here on YouTube, not really like in real life. I already have a couple of ideas in the works. I had to order a couple of things to make this happen, so I cannot wait to try this one out. Even if it's just like half as cool as I think it's going to be, I think you guys are just going to be so surprised that I actually went there with one of these looks. But don't forget, if you guys like these videos, or if you like any of these videos, don't forget to give them a big thumbs up, and remember to subscribe either by clicking the bell down below or up here in the corner before you leave. I hope you guys are having an amazing week, and I will catch you all in my next video. Bye guys!